Today's lesson is called Plus Talk, Duty-Free Shopping. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
My name is Roger, and today we're going to continue talking about duty-free shopping. And of course, as you know, once this COVID-19 crisis passes and things return to normal, we can go traveling to other countries again, and we can continue to do our duty-free shopping when we leave Taiwan and when we come back. I think you can buy duty-free items basically in any place in the airports there. Not in domestic airports. They have to be international airports. But last time, remember, Jenny was looking for some lipstick for her sister, and then Henry bought some duty-free shortbread cookies for a special price. But I think what he's really interested in is the tobacco and the alcohol.
That's partially true. I believe that Henry will be shopping for his grandfather, but you're right in a certain respect there. If you do walk through duty-free shops, chances are you're going to encounter chocolate. Okay, there'll be many chocolate shops, especially there in Tokyo. They're all over the place. But then also, there's a lot of places that sell alcohol and then also tobacco. Yes, alcohol and tobacco are usually heavily taxed items, so people like to buy these things when they go duty-free shopping. They'll get a very good deal on these things because no tax has been added to them. Anyways, folks, when we come back, Henry will be back with us and he will be buying duty-free products.
3. Buying duty-free products. Henry asks the clerk questions about buying alcohol and tobacco.
I need to buy some cigarettes and cognac for my grandfather, but I want to make sure I don't exceed my tobacco and alcohol allowances.
May I see your boarding pass?
Sure.
For Taiwan, each passenger can bring a maximum of 200 cigarettes and 1 liter of alcohol.
Then I'll take a carton of cigarettes and a 1-liter bottle of cognac. That'll be all.
Please step this way so I can ring you up.
I won't have any problems taking these items on the plane, right?
Not at all. Just remember not to unseal the bags until after you've passed through customs.
大家好，第一部分我们看到名词 alcohol 指酒，含酒精的饮品，酒精。像是 Drinking large amounts of alcohol is not recommended for pregnant women. 孕妇不建议大量饮酒。或是 The dessert had a little alcohol in it, but most people couldn't tell. 这个甜点含有微量酒精，但多数人并不知道。另外，这个字的字尾加上 ic 就成了形容词 alcoholic， 指酒精的，含酒精的。我们可以说 Both beer and wine are alcoholic drinks. 啤酒和红酒都是含酒精的饮料。Alcoholic 也可以当作名词，指酒精中毒者、酗酒者。举例来说 The man was an alcoholic who couldn't keep a job for very long. 那名男子是酗酒者，一份工作总是做不久。再来，我们看到单字 exceed， 这个字是动词，指超出、超过。例如 The film exceeded Jenny's expectations. 那部影片超出 Jenny 的预期。或是 The cost of your Christmas gift for the company party must not exceed $20. 为公司圣诞派对准备的礼物价值不可超过$20。另外，补充一个同义动词 surpass, S-U-R-P-A-S-S, surpass, 指超过、超越。举例来说 Sales of the singer's new album surpassed those of his previous releases. 那名歌手的新专辑销量超过了他先前发过专辑的总销量。或是 Neville was a good soccer player, but his son has managed to surpass him. Neville 是个优秀的足球员，但他的儿子成功超越了他。接下来我们看到名词 allowance， 指定量、限额、零用钱。像是 Jerry's luggage exceeded the weight allowance for the flight. Jerry 的行李超出航班允许的重量额度。或是The child gets an allowance of $5 from his parents each week. 这个小朋友的父母每周给他5块钱零用金。再来，我们看到单字 maximum， 这个字是名词，指最大限度、最大值。例如 The room was filled to the maximum with people. 这间房间已经挤满最多人数的人了。 另外，这个字也可以是形容词，我们可以说 The purchase price exceeds the maximum limit on Deanne's credit card. 购物的价格超过了迪燕信用卡最高额度上限。
So as you know, some countries have limitations on the amount of alcohol and cigarettes or tobacco products that you can bring into the country from overseas. So you need to know about those limits before you purchase things, although they'll probably let you know in the airport how much you can take with you back into Taiwan or into other countries. Depends on where you're going, but we are buying limited amount duty-free products. And Henry asks the clerk questions about buying alcohol and tobacco. Alcohol is a general term for alcoholic beverages, okay? It could be brandy, it could be vodka or gin or whiskey or maybe even beer. Those are all alcoholic beverages. So yeah, alcohol is a general term for liquor, etc., etc. And tobacco refers mostly to cigarettes, although sometimes people do buy cigars, like Cuban cigars or whatever, and maybe pipe tobacco and maybe even chewing tobacco. Who knows?
Growing up, yeah, Major League Baseball players, they always had a big wad of tobacco in their mouth. But I don't think anyone actually chews tobacco anymore. Anyways, though, yes, alcohol, that's the stuff that you drink and it makes you feel drunk. It's an intoxicating beverage. That's what we're talking about here. And it turns out that Henry, he's going to buy some alcohol, or he wants to buy some fancy alcohol for his grandfather. Yes, he wants to buy some cognac and then also some cigarettes for his grandfather. Henry says, I need to buy some cigarettes and cognac for my grandfather, but I want to make sure I don't exceed my tobacco and alcohol allowances. Yes, there are allowances here, which are kind of like restrictions on how much you can buy or carry with you, and he does not want to exceed these allowances. By the way, if you exceed something, okay, you go overboard in some way. So let's say you exceed your tobacco and alcohol allowances in this particular situation. That just means you buy too much of either of these things.
Right, and some countries will let you bring them in, but you'll have to pay an extra duty, or sometimes they just say, no, you just can't bring in more than one bottle. That's it. So you don't want to exceed or go over your allowances, and your allowance is, of course, how much you are allowed, what you're permitted. Your allowance also could be the money you get from your folks. If you're a kid, maybe your parents will give you an allowance of, say, 1,000 NT dollars a month or something like that. But in this particular case, we're talking about the limitations and how much you're permitted to bring in, your alcohol and tobacco allowances. Now, the clerk has a question. May I see your boarding pass? Yeah, they need to see that in order to make sure that you're a traveler so that you can actually legally buy this stuff. And Henry says, sure. He gives the clerk the document. That's your boarding pass. It's your document. I guess they might also ask you for your passport. That's another form of documentation. And the clerk says, well, for Taiwan, each passenger can bring a maximum of 200 cigarettes and 1 liter of alcohol. So I believe 200 cigarettes is the equivalent to 1 carton of cigarettes. Each pack or each packet has 20 cigarettes. So yeah, a carton of cigarettes will have 10 packs of cigarettes, 20 cigarettes each.
10 times 20 is 200. So you can bring 1 carton of cigarettes, 200 cigarettes in total, and then 1 liter of alcohol, like 1 bottle of alcohol, which sounds reasonable. I don't know if I would want to bring back any of these things, but if I did, okay, 1 carton of cigarettes and then 1 liter of alcohol. That makes sense. You don't need more than that anyways. Here we've got the word document. We talked about that before. It's kind of an official piece of paper, okay, that proves something to someone. And if you are duty-free shopping, you're going to have a boarding pass in many situations. They got to make sure that you're a traveler, okay? And how can you do that? Oh, show them your boarding pass. You are, in fact, getting on a plane and traveling. So that's how things work here. And we also have this word maximum to talk about. When we're talking about a maximum, we're talking about the greatest possible value something can have, or the greatest possible amount of something that you can have. So you can have At most here, 200 cigarettes and 1 liter of alcohol. You can't go over that amount. That's the maximum amount.
And Henry says, then I'll take a carton of cigarettes and a 1-liter bottle of cognac. That'll be all. And the clerk says, well, please step this way so I can ring you up. So if you ring someone up, of course, that means you go to the cash register and you scan the items, and the cash register makes all these ring sounds. So yeah, ring you up. I will figure your bill.
I'm going to total up the price for all your items there, and then you can pay me, and I'll give you your stuff, and you can be on your way. So yeah, please step this way so I can ring you up. And Henry says, I won't have any problems taking these items on the plane. Right? Yeah, Henry wants to be clear that he's not going to have any trouble, okay? He's got a bottle of booze here. He's got a carton of cigarettes. Is it really okay for me to take these things on the plane? And the clerk says, not at all. This is not going to be a problem at all. Just remember, though, not to unseal the bags until after you've passed through customs, okay? You can't open these things up and start consuming them on the spot. No, no, no. You won't have a problem unless you open or unseal these particular bags.
You might get in trouble if you do that, so keep them sealed. And, of course, they go about these different ways. I think we bought some duty-free items coming back from San Francisco one time. You make the purchase as you get on the plane, but then you don't pick up the items until after you've landed. So there are different procedures. You'll have to figure out those procedures when you travel yourself. And that brings us to the end of the third conversation in our unit on traveling abroad and buying things from duty-free shops. Let's move on now and talk about picking up an online order. So that's when you order something, but you pick it up later. So let's see what this conversation involves. It's Jenny again, and she's talking to another clerk.
4. Picking up an online order. Jenny has placed an order with an online duty-free shop. Now she's at the airport's duty-free counter to get her item. Hi, I ordered a watch from the online duty-free shop and I'm here to collect it.
Could you show me your boarding pass so that I can check your flight information?
Here you go. Would you like to see my passport as well?
No, that won't be necessary. I've located your order. Please wait while I go get it for you. And how would you like to pay?
I only have US dollars.
That's fine. You can also use a local debit card if you like.
Is it better to use my card?
Yes, it will be slightly cheaper than using another currency.
最后第二部分，我们看到名词 currency， 意思是货币，例如 All payments to the embassy must be made in Russian currency. 所有给大使馆的费用都需以俄国的货币支付，或是 Make sure you have some local currency with you when you travel abroad. 你出国旅游时，确保要带一些当地的货币。
All right, folks, Jenny is back. Yeah, last time, during part 1 of our Plus Talk dialogue for this month, we had Jenny and she was shopping for lipstick. And like I said before, Jenny is back. Yeah, Jenny is going to be picking up an online order. Yeah, Jenny has placed an order with an online duty-free shop. Now she's at the airport's duty-free counter to get her item.
Yep, she's going to get her item, and Jenny tells the clerk what she's there for. She says, hi, I ordered a watch from the online duty-free shop, and I'm here to collect it. So, of course, as we've mentioned many times, you can buy more than just alcohol and tobacco at duty-free shops in the airport or online. You can buy all sorts of stuff. You can buy cameras. You can buy fashion bags or whatever. In this particular case, though, Jenny purchased a watch, you know, a device to tell you the time when you look at your wrist. So she ordered a watch from that shop and she wants to pick it up. She wants to collect it. The clerk says, okay, could you show me your boarding pass so that I can check your flight information? So again, Jenny has to present her documents here, In this particular case, she needs to present her boarding pass so that the clerk can verify that she did take this flight, and the clerk also needs some more specific information, maybe the time, the flight number, etc.
Could you show me your boarding pass? Because I need to prove that you're actually a traveler. I want to check your flight information. And Jenny says, here you go. And then she says, would you like to see my passport as well? The clerk says, no, that won't be necessary. Your boarding pass is sufficient. And the clerk also goes ahead and looks at the computer, looks something up, and then the clerk says, I've located your order. Please wait while I go get it for you. Then it's later. The clerk has found this particular item. The clerk has brought it back to Jenny and then asks this particular question. The clerk is asking this. The clerk asks, and how would you like to pay? So here's this watch. You wanted to buy it. How are you going to pay? Debit card, credit card, cash, what will it be?
And Jenny here is only going to pay in cash. She says, I only have US dollars. And the clerk says, well, that's fine. You can also use a local debit card if you like. A debit card, of course, is, to me, kind of like a combination, or it's kind of a mix between a credit card and an ATM card. Basically, you use this card to take the money directly out of your account, but it's usually a MasterCard or a Visa card, but it's still just a debit card. It's not actually a full credit card.
Yeah, with a credit card, the credit company pays for something when you use that credit card, and then later on you pay the credit company. With a debit card, you kind of cut out the middleman. You just go ahead and pay right then and there, and that money is taken out of your checking account pretty much immediately. Anyways, the clerk says it's fine to use US dollars, but you can also use a local debit card if you like. And Jenny asks, is it better to use my card? And the clerk says, yes, it will be slightly cheaper than using another currency. So there you go. Use your local debit card, and they won't have to give you any transaction fees. Yeah, usually if you're paying with a foreign currency, it's going to cost a little bit more because they have to convert that money into a local currency. Here in Taiwan, the local currency would be the NT dollar. In the United States, it would be the American dollar. In Europe, for the most part, it would be the euro. These would all be currencies.
Yep, different currencies. And, of course, if you use another currency, it's going to cost you slightly more. Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Let's hear once again from the Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。在今天对话的第一部分， Henry 跟店员说他要买一盒香烟还有一瓶酒。那么店员接着就说 Please step this way so I can ring you up. 请往这边走，让我替您结账。那这边用到一个片语是 ring up， 就表示结账。为什么 ring up 会有结账的意思呢？这是因为结账人员他们在输入金额打开收银机的时候，常会有叮，就是 ring 的这个声响，于是就衍生出这个片语咯。好，当片语的受词是人，ring somebody up 就表示替某人结账。当受词是物品， ring something up 或者是 ring up something 表示将某物结账。举例来说 I'll take this dress, please ring this up for me. 我要买这件洋装，请帮我结账。好， ring up 其实还有其他的用法哦，像第一种可以表达打电话， ring somebody up 就相当于 call somebody up。例如 I'll ring him up tomorrow. 我明天会打电话给他。第二个用法呢是表达赚取或是损失特定金额。例如 They managed to ring up an additional $30 million in profit. 他们成功的多赚了3000万美元。好，那么课文第二部分的对话是关于 picking up an online order。领取线上订购商品。这个片语动词 pick up 有很多意思，我们以下介绍几个常见的语义。第一个呢是课文的用法，我们用事物来当受词可以表达领取物品，用人来当受词可以表达接送某人。举例来说 Aaron's mother picked her up from school. Aaron 的妈妈去学校把他接走了。你就把小孩想象成物品，或者像什么送洗衣物，然后你特别去那间店，然后把他接走的那种感觉，很像吗？好，第二个呢，我们可以用 pick up 来表达拿起来、捡起来、抱起来。像要表达把婴儿抱起来，也可以用 pick up 表达。那我们来造个例句。Pick up your dirty socks and put them in the laundry basket. 把你的脏袜子捡起来，放到洗衣篮里面哦。那么第三个可以表达收拾打扫，例如 Melissa helped her mom pick up the kitchen after dinner. 吃完晚餐之后 Melissa 帮妈妈收拾整理厨房。第四个 pick up 可以表达购买， I'm going to pick up some meat for dinner tonight. 就是说我要去买一些今晚晚餐要用的肉。好，那么第五个呢，我们可以表达学会了解。这个 pick up 它常常是用来指说非刻意，它不是经过正统方式学习，而是慢慢从环境啊或是某个机会当中所学会的。举例来说 Daniel picked up a few Japanese phrases on his trip to Tokyo. Daniel 去东京旅行的期间，他学会了一些日文用语。好，那么以上今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Alcohol. It is illegal to sell alcohol to people under the age of 18 in Taiwan. Tobacco. Smoking tobacco is very bad for people's health. Exceed. The total cost of our camping trip should not exceed $3,000. Allowance. You won't need to pay duty on the items if they're within the allowances. Document. We keep all of the important documents in this room. Maximum. According to fire code, a room of this size can hold a maximum of 250 people at a time. Currency. Lillian needed local currency since some businesses don't accept credit cards.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.